Good morning. It's Stitch Along Friday.
It is.
And we are
the Stitchin' Witches.
We set it up. We were silly. Let's go good. Anyway, we've got ourselves all set up for Halloween.
Exactly. And it's supposed to be a nice weekend this weekend.
We are having good weather. Are you? I hope you are having good weather because we're luckily going to have a bit of sunshine so all the little people will freeze to death or get too wet.
Yes. Yes,
around here
it's more the wet because the rain we had yesterday I think was enough for the whole month.
I know. So everybody is happy here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Sylvie. Boo to you too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good to see you. Then for me, it's really good because I have to always set up the stream at the beginning. And when I try and set it up, I have been trying to make sure that I've got the right stream key. It doesn't matter to you guys. Yeah. But anyway, I have to copy it over, put it in the settings of my streaming software. And that all sounds very fancy, and it's not really. Yeah. It's just once you learn it, you just have to do it.
And then technical.
And then I thought, maybe I don't have to. So I looked at every one of the, I don't know, 15 billion numbers that is the stream key, and I looked at them all, and sure enough, it was the right one. So I didn't have to do that every time, which is good. Hello, Loretta. Thank you. Yep. We were arranging ourselves. Oh, mine's all out of place again. Okay. And we were arranging ourselves this morning, and we started off just normal. Yeah. And then
as normal as we get, anyways.
And then you start fiddling with yours, and I start fiddling with mine, and I threw my hat on the floor.
Exactly, which I think I'm going to do with mine, too. There.
It was for the impact, okay?
There. I feel much better without a hat on.
Yes, I think neither one of us are very good with costumes.
I'm not good with hats. I'm not a big hat person.
Neither am I. I actually have a couple of hats that I really would like to wear in the rain. This is a great hat. It's all waterproof and everything. It's got a brim so my glasses don't get wet, and it's off before I leave the house. Yeah. Thank you guys. Good to see you all. Hello to Patricia Lewis, Kathleen Yons, Patricia Lewis. Oh, sorry, I already said that. Amber Krisha, Donna. Hello. And it's sunny there too. Nice. Thanks, Sandy. Didn't miss you. Just, kind of overcompensated by doing the last ones first. Yeah. That's great. Well, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween weekend.
Yes.
And you are you going to have like trick-or-treaters to your house? Do you ever have those?
I don't have trick-or-treaters come to my house because one side of my street is parkland. And it's not lit well enough for, people to walk down the street. So, and long driveways. I've got a long driveway. It's just too much work. And dark. And dark. I don't think you have a lot of street lights anyway, do you? No. No. And same here. My street, I've got a long street, longer drive. No, about the same length of driveway probably. And a lot of darkness. No street lights out here at all. So all they get is the moon, and they don't like that. No. They'd rather go to the big subdivisions and cash in that way.
They go to one and the other and the other and the other.
and that's okay, because my dogs don't like it anyway. So,
oh, they don't like all those firecrackers either, do they?
They don't.
Are firecrackers still allowed?
I've been hearing them going off. So.
I guess so then. Or if they're not, people are doing them anyway.
They're doing them anyways. So.
They bootleg fireworks.
Yeah.
Aw, look at all the people. Vicky Fisher, hello. Thank you. Patricia Redoubt, hello from Nova Scotia. Good morning. Happy Halloween. I appreciate the effort. Such a lot of effort. And Suzanne Healy, hello. Happy Halloween to you. And Dorothy Wendell, cloudy and drizzly on this fall day. Aw, too bad. I'm so glad to hear that we're your treat. After cleaning your garage, good heavens, that is... really good when you clean out your garage when it's done.
Yes.
In the middle, it must be exhausting. We are trying to look very Halloween. Thank you. And Tricia, good to see you too. Hope you're feeling the Halloween spirit. We're actually, we've been working at odd jobs, trying to clean things up, tidy things up. What were you doing this week again?
I was... let's say, archiving files in the file cabinet.
It really doesn't sound very exciting.
No, but it takes a while, and I've had 3 years worth to do, so...
3 years worth of archiving.
3 years worth of archiving. So I'm about 3/4 of the way of the top drawer.
Nice.
One drawer.
It's so good to get those things done, too.
Absolutely. But I love what I uncovered.
Can I just say hi to the few people? You're absolutely right. I was thinking the same thing. Jennifer Chung, hello. Boo to you, too. Yeah. Becky Clegg, hello. Suzanne, oh, yes, we already said. And Jean Morrison is here. Jennifer Gowan is here. Thank you. You are spooky, too.
Yeah. Patty England.
Trick or treat. Exactly. Where's our treats? Actually, we might play a trick on them.
Yeah.
What about that? Okay, we're going now. This is the end of our broadcast. This is it.
This is it?
That's the trick.
That's the trick.
It's not very funny at all.
That's okay. I've got a few things to do, so.
Tammy Thompson is here. They've got a 3-hour day of school, so you better get going doing the things you can do without the kids there. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you. And by the way, Liz, we always say goodbye, but we always say it probably too late. You're already gone.
Yes.
So I'm going to say goodbye now, because you always leave a little early because your lunch is over. Anyway, that's really cute. Carol Reed, good afternoon from Florida. Right. Jennifer says, thank you. Beautiful is the word, right? We are so beautiful. And I'm sure that that feeling of being beautiful ladies will sit with us the entire morning. So thank you again, Jennifer. Jeanette Zabrowski, happy Halloween. Thank you, Carol Reed. Deb, hello. That's so good. You're working on your October block, Tammy. Marge Wees, no problem, she says, as she rushes off after our stream.
I think usually 10 o'clock is our time when
Liz leaves?
Yeah.
That's understandable. I mean, the fact that you even tune in when you're at work, thank you.
Absolutely.
That's great. Tedra is here. We'll have a neighborhood potluck Sunday evening for the adults with a cauldron.
Oh.
Ooh, cauldron for candy. Oh, I wish I could go to that.
Yeah.
All those candies. You know, this is the first year I have not bought any candies.
I haven't bought any candies either, except for I went to Purdy's and bought chocolate. But
see, the point is, I always buy them for myself, thinking that I too am a kid at heart.
Yeah.
This year I didn't buy any. And I think I'm going to buy them after Halloween.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. They'll be on half price, yes. They do mark them up.
Do they?
Yeah.
For Halloween?
For Halloween,
Absolutely. Exactly, Liz. I'm going to try. Anyway, what did you find when you were clearing out
when I was archiving, I found this like really old org chart from when I first started.
It's called an org chart, which is an organizational chart.
That's right, exactly.
And there were only 3 of us.
There's only 3 of us.
That's right.
And of course, look at Taya's long list. I only get a few things, and Richard gets a few things.
At the time, it had been my design, my work, like my whole company. And then we decided that we would hire Lisa. And Lisa was already working for us, and we had to make an organizational chart as to what everybody was doing.
What our duties are.
I remember writing it down myself, thinking, okay, but I do all sorts of other things. So I started writing down all the things I had been doing.
Yeah.
And this is the result. And it's so cute, because it's got really good things on it.
Absolutely.
What was it? Get the movers in. And that was on Richard's thing.
I think it was when we were moving. It must be around when we moved in here.
Yes, I think you're right. Into this home that had an extra office already. And I think that there was some really interesting thing for you. These are, way back in 1998?
Yes.
Or 1999?
Yeah.
Oh, preparing orders, mailing orders. Yeah. That's exactly the same as what you do now.
For a time there, I didn't do that, though. It was passed on to other people, so it's come full circle, and I'm back doing to what I did when I first started.
When you look at this is what we kind of do already now. At the end of our thing. And we had, what did I have in there? I had correspondence. I call it correspondence. I didn't even call it email. Anyway, there's all sorts of fun things for us to remember. And the beginning of Victoria Sampler was a long time ago.
It was 24 and a half years was the beginning. So we've probably been in this house, 23 years then? Yeah,
at least. I think it was bought in summer of 1999, I think.
Was it in 99?
Oh, gosh, now I've forgotten everything. Anyway, so there we go. There are some more people here. I just love the cauldron with candy. Karen Lark, hello. Pat Henke. Sorry that it's rainy and cold there. It's not rainy and actually warmish here.
It's warmish here, yeah.
The man always gets the shortest list. Exactly.
Is that true?
Who do you think decided on the idea of an organizational chart?
That's right.
That was him, right?
Yes.
And then he scooted off, and we did all of the list.
Yes, that's so true.
I don't know what happened. I know partly on the list was we're not supposed to badmouth the man, the only man here.
Well, Richard said that the very first day when you hired me, and I think that lasted 5 minutes. So
we always talk behind his back. Marge said, sorry, prior messages sent too early, unfinished. You guys ladies look lovely. Thank you. Shortest list, exactly. And the woman still finished first. Yay, yeah. Melanie.
Charlotte, hello. Haven't seen you for a while.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Where's Charlotte been?
Yeah.
I hope it's not anything bad, and I hope that no matter what, everything is good now.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you were cleaning out all of the file drawers.
Yes.
Of all of the invoices and things, notices, bills, everything that has to be saved for 7 years.
That's right.
But you can't keep them all in the file drawers because it's just too many.
Yes, it's time to archive and
what else do we do? All the models that are hanging in the office and in the other part of the office are out, right? Those are good. But then we had bin after bin in the back room, which I'm trying to clear out. And those bins are now in
the stock room.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, it doesn't mean anything to you guys, maybe.
But I will be sorting that soon. So that's
right. It's all trying to make sure that we sort everything so that our next part of the Victoria's, exactly right, of the Victoria's Sampler is going to go off without a hitch. Because if we clear out all of the things that are not necessary anymore, I think we're going to be quite a bit smaller in materials and in stuff, basically stuff. We talked about it last week. So it's ongoing. I've got half my office shelves already cleared out. And this one is, these shelves are cleared out, but a lot of the stuff that I wanted to keep from my office are now out here, which is good. And the rest has to be thrown out. We have boxes and boxes of stuff to be thrown out.
We do.
Yes. And luckily I'm not carrying them. That's another thing that men are very good for. Aw, Charlotte, how nice. Yes, absolutely. In person, exactly. Gail says, good morning to you. At least I missed the last 2 streams. Oh, I wanted to share with you that on October 9th, my birthday, my first great-granddaughter was born.
Aw, very nice.
And they named her Taya.
Oh, good name.
Did they name her Taya or Thea? Because there's a little difference, only in pronunciation, but it is a little bit different. We'd love to hear about it. Nothing bad, just not able to get free time. Oh, yes, I get it. I know about free time. We don't have any.
No, free time is hard to come by sometimes.
It is. Yesterday, Lisa and I started to talk about what we're going to do in the new year. And we have some really great ideas. And I think that it's a little too early to talk about yet. Yeah. But we are going to be doing a retreat, a Zoom
retreat.
A Zoom or whatever, Zoom workshop is what I called it. And the kind of workshop that we're going to do will be revealed unto you.
Yes.
Also, some people have tried to put their name on our newsletter, and for some reason, our newsletter provider occasionally says, no, you can't put that person in. I have no idea why. You go through our website, you put it on, and you'd assume that they go, okay, thanks. But no, they've just in the last couple of months, in the last couple of weeks, I should say, a few have been knocked off. And I didn't recognize anybody from here, so I don't think that's the problem. Just a few have said they were not going to accept them.
Yeah.
So make sure that you come back here or in our chat group, because I'll post when we decide on what we're going to do and what the workshop is going to be. That workshop will be not just sent out with email, but also will be on our website and also will be announced in the chat group. So don't feel like you're going to lose out because you didn't get the email, because that's happened. Yeah. So now I realize that we have to put things multiple places so that nobody loses track.
Exactly.
And you get in.
Yeah. I think it's Gmail accounts for some reason, because I've had a couple of emails from people and I respond, And they're not they email back a few days going, I emailed this to you a few days ago. And I was like, well, I sent this to you a few days ago.
Well, that's interesting because we are also on it, not Gmail, but we are on Google Mail. And so it's possible that there is some glitch there. I mean,
exactly, yes.
Anyway, so don't worry. We will let you know in all various different places. Hello, Marley. Hola.
Hola. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Still sleeping here a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit vague. Gail says, see, okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
When I asked, when the people, the coffee makers the baristas in the coffee shop ask me what my name is and want to write it on the cup, I always say Taya. And then now they say it out correctly. So for me anyway, so that's good. Well, tell them that the Dutch pronunciation is Taya, okay? Patty says, oh, yay, I'll love that Zoom. I think you might.
Yeah.
We were starting to talk about it, and we got more and more excited.
It was very exciting. So we're still, tossing around the ideas.
Yes, but they're great ideas.
They're great ideas.
I love your idea from this morning, too. Yeah. I asked her to look it over overnight and think about it and stuff, and she came up with a better idea, even yet.
Yeah.
But overall, the two of us have come up with an idea that I think has more potential than just about anything else.
Absolutely.
And it's doable for us.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we are trying to semi-retire, so it'll be a little different.
And it lends itself to creativity.
And lots of participation. So, oh boy, I'm going to have fun. I keep on pronouncing like you say your name. I guess so.
Yeah.
You're too used to it being Taya, right? Or at least you may have heard of it being Taya. That's funny. Patty says all our guild retreats have been on Zoom till lately. It's been great. I'm so, happy for people that they were able to get together that way. And so I know that I wanted to do it this year.
Yes. Yeah.
I just couldn't get it together. It's a little bit new for me, so I want to make sure that we get the tech right.
That's right, exactly. And with everything else going on, we needed to finish off what we're doing here first.
Exactly. That was really important, and I'm so glad we did. By the way, yesterday I registered for Zoom Business, which is expensive, but I registered for it because it was on sale for one more day until the end of October. So
I remember the receipt coming in. So yes,
there you go. Tricia says, my apologies. I've been saying it incorrectly for 20 years. Oh no, Tricia. If we say anything at all about my name, it probably would have been right at the very begining of when we first started. Because really, I know my name looks like to any English-speaking person, and I answer to that name, too. It's just, the old Dutch pronunciation is what I grew up with. Merry Widrits! Happy Halloween! To you, too. Yes, and I'm going to be speaking on Zoom to a number of retreats this coming year because people have asked, would you speak and would you speak? And so that's something that's kind of fun for me to do too. But if I'm not in charge of the tech, then it's easier.
Yes.
I just show up.
Yes.
Whereas if you're trying to make sure that everybody sees the videos, and you just have to make sure that it runs correctly. Yeah. So I'll probably actually set you up so that you can run it.
Oh, okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So that so I don't have to worry, and then I actually also relax because that makes a huge difference.
That's true. I might not be relaxed, but that's
who cares?
They're here nor there.
And now you'll know what it feels like.
I guess so. And I'm okay with that.
Oh no, we'll do it together. The point is that then, if we're two people, it's not the same.
It's not. It'll be easier with two.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so we have a stitch of the week.
We do,
and that's it.
It is.
Okay,
Are you going to show it?
Yeah, I'll do it this time. There is the stitch of the week. You can just see the little dove's eye. It's actually what? Woven bars.
Woven bars with dove's eye.
Yes, and don't forget, it's woven bars, not wrapped. Okay, and there's only one dove's eye in this one. That's so it's easy to learn. You only have to do it once.
Yeah.
And this particular pattern is also from level 5, number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
That's right.
What does it say? This is a beautiful and easy filling stitch. I don't know what I wrote. Which can be used with either the woven bar or the wrap bar. It's the most common filling stitch used in heart hanger. That's the dove's eye or dove's eyelet. You will find this needle weaving stitch in Taya's, mine, Heirloom Birth Sampler, Heart to Heart Sampler, and many, 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 many more.
Yes, you use it quite often.
It is one of the most basic ones, and once you learn how to do it, it is so fun to put one in here and there to make your heart hanger look a little more fancy.
Yeah.
So we've got some models.
We do. We're going to start off with the a couple of the tassels from the Fabulous Tassels. Well, this is from Fabulous Tassels, and this is, I think, goes with the little gold house.
Yes, this one is in a different one.
A different leaflet.
Christmas ornaments. I don't know. It's one of the later ones. I've forgotten what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called, too. It could be gold tassel.
Yes.
And gold house or something like that.
There, we'll just show you. So that's where you can see the heart hanger at the bottom has a few, only a few. Oh, gosh, I'm so close. And there. Is that better? Can you see better?
I think so.
Okay, so it only has a few dove's eyes, 4, and the rest are just woven bars. But there are things in the middle. Oh, they're not in the middle. They're part of the material.
Yeah.
You can just see the red material showing through. It makes a kind of a different look.
Yeah.
And then?
And then this is woven bars. Sorry, let me get it around there. Woven bars with dove's eyes.
I think it's still too close. I don't know why. It fuzzes out. There we go.
And it's done with metallic braid.
Yes. I personally love lifting up the skirt and seeing the beads.
That's right.
Isn't that cute? And then this one has really cool beads also. And by the way, we just went down to the bead shop and bought them.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
We did.
It wasn't like we were trying to source them from needlework shops. We just basically found beads that we liked that would go with this pattern. And there was some gold in the pattern, so brought that in, and some teal, brought that in.
And this one has gold and kind of like an ivory.
Yeah, look at that bead at the bottom. I love that bead at the bottom, that one. Oh, that one has to. Okay, sorry.
Not hanging properly?
Just checking. So they are heart hanger woven bars and dove's eyes. And we have some more products, but they're not Christmas.
No. Well, some of them are, but not all.
Brenda Lichlier, you can't stay. 18-month-old is getting more and more demanding. I'll catch it later. Thank you for mentioning it, Brenda. I'm so glad you tried. And when you see this later, hopefully you'll have your feet up and a nice glass of Chardonnay in your hand.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and this is Christmas Poinsettia.
Correct. And that one has an almost ideal pattern because it shows exactly what we were doing in the original pattern as well, which is a dove eyelet in the middle and really only 4 undecorated squares.
Exactly. And it's such a cute little needle roll, or you can frame it and have it as a sampler too. Yeah,
the poinsettia actually looks like a poinsettia. And Karen Leary is here. She said we're very decorated.
Oh, thanks, Karen.
And thanks, Loretta, for beautiful. We do love those tassels.
And part of that same pattern is this little sachet. Oh, that silly tag.
I was thinking we should take them off, but we never did.
No, well, that's one day I'll take all the tags off.
I know. They were very handy at one point.
They were.
Here, I've taken this one off.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I dropped it on the floor, but hey.
Yeah. And then, of course, a little
Altoids tin. And did you know there's Altoids in there?
Well, I didn't realize that at first, but
it's completely full of Altoids.
So, I think they're the cinnamon ones.
Maybe we can, if
they don't smell like they used to.
If we have a trick-or-treater at the door, I'll just pour some of those in their bag.
The cinnamon smell's gone.
Oh, well, they're old enough. What are they, about 14 years old?
Probably, yeah. Something like that.
Okay, and then we also have, just throw them on the floor. Somebody will take care of that later. One of our crew. You.
And this is Lavender Hearts.
I thought those bars were like wrapped, like divided bars.
Yeah, but I think it's done with a single strand of silk floss. So
exactly.
It gives it a whole new.
Let's see.
If I can get it straight.
No, it's not the straight. It's like
the blurriness.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, we're having a little bit of trouble with our camera. I'm going to do this for a second and then see if it'll show up. More or less. little bit better, but honestly, I think if we hold it too close, it stops focusing. Yeah. So
especially if you put it up to it
and then quickly. Then go back. Hello, my lady. Hello, hello, hello. And happy Halloween to you.
And this one is Heirloom Wedding Treasures. And let's see, I'll show the whole pillow, but it's the lace around the edge that's the woven bars with the dove's eyes.
Correct. And there's nothing else in the lace except for woven bars and dove's eyes as far as the needle weaving is concerned. But there's Algerian eyelets that make it look a little lacy. And also blanket stitch around the outside so that you can cut very closely around everything, and it makes it look even more lacy. It's really fun to create. I know we've seen a few of them already in the chat group over the years.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, it looks really
and
nice.
I think someone did it with color and it looked really
exactly
nice. Okay.
Oh, I'll do this one while you get the other one out, probably, because that's still in its bag. Okay, there is one here that is in the Introduction to Hardanger pillow. And this one has all the various really, really basic stitches. This, for instance, as well. But we are now focusing on this one, which is, again, dove's eyelets with woven bars. So same, only just looks a little different. And by the way, the Introduction to Hardanger and the Level 5 of Beginner's Hardanger, both courses are still available online. Someone asked me the other day, and I said, well, they're going to be available until the end of the year for sure. We just cannot promise any further, but we're getting close to possibly being able to redo those in a different way. So it's not the end of the world. If those of you who have only got like a month and a half left, we may be able to talk to you and maybe, extend that a little bit. But it all depends on who and what and when you registered. Donna Granger says, I made the pillow for the wedding. Yes, I remember you very clearly making that pillow. But that was all messed up. So they framed it instead of making it into a pillow. What a really nice idea. So the whole thing is basically a sampler.
It would be very nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Jennifer McEwen says, I need to learn Hardanger. So many beautiful pieces are shown today. Aren't they, though?
There are many beautiful pieces.
I agree. And I also think that when you've learned the beginner part of Hardanger, Jennifer, you won't go back.
Yeah.
It's true. And I would take one of the courses that's up. If you are just wanting to learn the beginning part, I would take Introduction to Hardanger. If you want to stitch all 10 of these little designs, where are they? You want to stitch all 10 of these? They're included, by the way. The patterns are included in the online courses. They're in PDF form. If you want to stitch, all of these, there's various different ones. There's 10 of them. Then take the level 5 as a beginner Hardanger student. And you won't look back. It'll be the most fun you've had for a long time. I really guarantee it. Oh, okay. There's one.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
Oh, I was going to say, is it Mystic
I think so. No, I think it's Mystic Needlework.
Mystic Needlework Smalls. That's
exactly. It. Mystic Needlework Smalls with a Y. Mystic. And there is Mystic. It was a Stitcher's Hideaway retreat in Mystic, Connecticut.
Way back in 2007.
Can you believe it? Gosh, I can't even remember being that old.
And then there's a little biscornu that goes with it that has the woven bars with the dove's eyes.
Okay, that's my favorite biscornu of all time.
I love this biscornu.
You know what I love about it is how you finished it. Look what she did. She made a biscornu out of an off-white linen, and then she lay the cut-out piece of the pattern, she lay that on top and stitched it down onto the off-white biscornu already. So it looks three-dimensional. It's just gorgeous. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. And then, of course, it has some other, like the scissor case, scissor fob, and the 2 needle books.
Yeah, I don't know why we made 2. We just had fun.
I don't know why, because you really don't need 2, but they are cute. One is smaller, so you can put smaller needles in one and larger in needles in the other.
And I remember thinking, oh, I'd like to make this one. And then I want to make this one too, because I sort of played around with the pattern a little bit. Tedra says, I just stitched the lavender pincushion and needle row for a friend for her birthday, and she just loved it. I think she was overwhelmed as she knows how much goes in it. Oh,
very nice.
Tedra, your friend must have been so pleased. And that's so nice of you to do something for someone who appreciates it.
Yes.
So often you get to make something, you want to do what you just did, spend the time on it, you'd want to. But then, you know, if they don't know how much work goes into it, sometimes you get a little disappointed at the reception. So I'm really glad that she loved it. Sheila Hoffer, you're never late or too late. Okay, I'm just glad you came. And Carol Reed said, I made 2 of those wedding pillows. Is that basically what you meant? Sorry. Yeah. It says I made 2 pillows for a wedding, but I assume you meant the
2 heirloom treasures.
Heirloom treasures pillows, exactly. Kathleen is reassuring that hardanger looks much harder than it actually is.
Yes.
So true.
Yeah.
When you start off, you go, oh, I don't know if I can cut, and I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
So do it on some little pieces of linen that don't matter anything to you.
Absolutely. You know? That's what these tassels are great for, because you get to, if I can find a tassel.
They're all in.
Oh, there they are.
Okay.
Because you get to practice in small spaces.
That's right. And you don't have to do the other stitching. In fact, if it were me, I would take a doodle cloth and do some cluster blocks, only the cluster blocks. And then don't do any of the Algerian eyes, nothing. Just cut out around the cluster blocks like we suggest in the class. Yeah. Do the weaving and the dove's eye, and then you've done the hardanger part on something that doesn't matter at all.
Absolutely.
And really, it's better to do it that way the first 1 or 2 times than to get all set with something that's really heavy with embroidery and then do some hardanger and feel like, oh, I'm so scared I can't do it.
That's right, exactly. Such as this beautiful piece here.
Ah, last model. So this is
Christmas Gazebo.
Yes, it is. And Christmas Gazebo has some hardanger at the bottom as well. Love the gazebo itself, made out of black wrought iron. Mara Widrett says, hi, sweetie. This is so nice. And I think she's talking to someone else who's here.
I think it's Sheila.
Oh, okay. Sheila says, I love the look of hardanger. Oh, no. Yes, it was Sheila Hoffer. So Carol Reed says, cutting so I don't have the stubs is the challenge for me. If you look on our YouTube channel and you look at last week's YouTube video that says hardanger cutting, there is, I'm going to just put this to one side. There is a way that I really make sure that you do not have as many stubs as you may end up having without this method. If you put your scissor blade in and you lift up the threads that you want, usually only 2 at a time, and then this is the secret. You wiggle your scissors back and forth a few times, and that shoves over the cluster block on the other side of your scissors. So then you lean slightly towards that cluster block, and believe it or not, it's the closest cut you can get. Okay, so have a look at that video on YouTube. And I mean, you've done this thing, right? It always works. Anyway, here we are, the wrought iron top, and then little Christmas thing, Christmas garden, made up of the usual suspects, you know, some trees and some birdhouses in the winter and some snow. With holly and crimson red, which you can see there. And then there's some snowflakes and some wonderful bands that break up the design. And you know what those are lovely little red cardinals. And by the way, this has changed some color. It was held in the window of our local needle workshop for years, which we had not even remembered was there. And they put it in the front window. And I think it got sun
damage.
Yeah. But nevertheless, it kind of looks pink now, but it was red to begin with.
It was red.
So I didn't show the hardanger. I was so bad. I'm sorry. I assumed that people have seen it. So there's the hardanger, and you can see the dove's eyelets right here and the woven bars. There are other designs in there. There's also the Greek cross, but we don't look at the side ones. Just look at the middle.
That's right, just the middle part.
On. So I hope that helps Carol Reed. And Tammy says, I'm waiting for my 4th grader's bus to come. Oh, you're so cute. You give us a blow-by-blow of what you're doing during our stream. So sweet. Be well. Lunch over. Bye.
Bye, Elizabeth.
I was wondering if she actually
she's probably gone.
Yeah, she's
I think that was about a minute ago. So
yeah, it's always. She says no worries, so that's good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing our models that we don't usually show.
No, I think we pulled out some rare ones. Some we've shown before, but
the good thing is that you're starting to see that Hardanger is not as difficult as you imagine. And as we go through these stitches that are going to be on YouTube, the last one is already there now. It's meant to be on YouTube at 10 o'clock in the morning here, this time, Pacific Daylight Time. Once you start going through each one of those, you'll discover that the actual techniques are not that difficult. What needs to be done is you take them one step at a time and work on doodle cloths, not on the final pieces yet. I mean, when I was learning, I probably did...
Threw away...
I'd say 10 or 12 pieces. All the time. I would make the surroundings so that I would have a place that I could cut out. And I just made simple cluster blocks. I didn't try to make it fancy or anything. I just did that. And then I learned how to do the cutting a little bit. Oh, I miscut. Okay, so I'll do another one.
Yeah.
And I threw away a lot of doodle cloths at the beginning because, you need practice.
Yeah.
Once you've practiced a while, it just comes naturally. Just like riding a bike, as they say.
I know I haven't been on a bike for a long time, so...
Actually, I went on that e-bike that I bought, and that e-bike was so interesting because I got on it, and I just was transported as I started going down the driveway. I was a little scared. I was hanging onto the brakes and stuff, and then I just relaxed, and I thought, I'm 12.
I remember.
I came back and told you that, right?
Yeah, you did.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
So my e-bike is not used as often as I'd like, but I do use it. And I only use it in areas where I'm not liable to fall over because that's the last thing I need.
Yes, and when the weather is good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I also find that I'm not as used to handbrakes and my hands are not strong. So I find that they used to be really strong. Now they're not because I'm old. But because I need to make sure that I can brake and get off, with plenty of time, when it's kind of a little bit of a shock, when I have to brake suddenly, I brake with my feet because that was what I did.
Okay.
I had one of those bikes when I was young, where you had the brakes and you go backwards.
Yeah.
Well, I can do that, no problem.
Yeah.
But I don't think of it with my hands. Anyway, Dorothy Wendell says, I learned from a Norwegian lady who came from the Hardanger region of Norway.
Very nice.
Did you come from the Hardanger region?
No.
She's also Norwegian.
I came from Vancouver Island. I'm really not too sure where the ancestors came from, actually.
Wouldn't it be interesting if you found out they all came from Hardanger area?
It would be interesting. One of the Janice Love books, I was, I think, is it Basics and Beyond? Anyways, on the inside cover, there's a picture of a Norwegian village, and they're all wearing Hardanger, and one of the men actually looked like my dad. So
I wonder if it was, or his dad, or his dad before him.
It could be a long lost relative that
kind of cute. I know that Lisa actually has her Nordic blood in her because she loves Hardanger.
I do love Hardanger. Yes, I also like sweet things. So
is that also Norwegian?
And I also burn in the summer, so that could be very Scandinavian as well.
Yeah, because you don't get a lot of hot sun there.
Nope.
Okay, so gosh, that was really exciting to see so many different models with Hardanger in it. Now that we're getting into the more complicated stitches, it's much more interesting for those of you who already know Hardanger or are starting to learn to know Hardanger, because you can see the progression of what you need to learn. Anyway, it is almost Halloween, and I thought I would just show this one more time before Halloween is over.
Exactly, and it's been 2 years since you taught this at our retreat.
No.
2 years has gone by already.
I can't believe it. It feels so new to me. So this ended up being like a book box. So it's got things inside. And the book part of it, this is a Michael's box that was kind of balsa wood.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You go to Michael's and you find their balsa wood stuff. And I found this, and I don't know if they've still got it, but this is how I finished the front of this, which you don't have to do. You can also frame it. or whatever.
Put it as a flat fold or something like that.
Exactly. But it was so interesting because I made it to match this box originally for the class. And then I painted the outside of the box a matte acrylic paint. I think it was 2 colors. But it was very easy to do. Like the balsa wood just took the acrylic colors, no problem. And then painted it twice. And then I put a little bit of beige and a little bit of white here to suggest pages. It was only just for the suggestion. And then Lisa did all the finishing and mounted on the box. So that's how this was made. It can be done for any other project. If you find some balsa wood thing in Michael's, don't forget you can do it like that too. And painting the balsa wood was way easier than I thought. I thought I'd have to spray paint it. Nope, just took a foam brush, brushed it across. It sank in the first time, and then I brushed it again, and it was all fine. It was just like putting black on top of a pale wood box. You'd think it wouldn't cover, but it did.
Do you have any paint left?
Yes.
Oh, good. I might need that for mine.
It's Ceram Coat, if anybody's interested, because there's all these acrylics in Michael's. And then there's also a little name tag, which I could give to Lisa, because she didn't bring hers today.
Yes.
But I did that for another reason, for the pumpkin seed stitchers. And then there was this little guy, which is a little...
it's a needle book.
It shows all the scary stitches.
But yes.
So all the scary stitches are in there. Bloody bullions and creepy colonial and what else is in there? The Smyrna, something Smyrna.
Let's see.
Scary Smyrna.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got all the suggestions for the names from Sue at Stitcher's Hideaway. She was so cute at coming up with different names. Repulsive Roads. I think she was alliterative. And then we even have the cutest little pumpkin scissors fob. Sorry, wrong way around. Thank you. So the little scissors fob made out of bullion knots, which you can kind of see if you look very carefully. And Lisa found a spider web on black piece of material. It just looks perfect. Honestly, nothing ever looks good unless you finish it for us.
Thank you.
It's true. And I guess those of you who have seen this before go, yeah, we know that one, we know that one. But there's people who haven't seen that one. Scary Stitches is still available on our website. You may not be able to get the box anymore, but you know, the colors you can replicate with DMC or any other thread if you wish, or find your own overdyes and choose your own colors, as I've been trying to get you to do this this whole last 3 years, is to get going and trying to pick your own colors, and you're doing amazing at that.
And we are now sold out of the accessory packs for Scary Stitches.
I did not know that. Yeah. I'm so glad. We've pretty much sold out of almost everything,
Almost everything. I think there's still a few. I Love My Dog.
Accessory packs.
Accessory packs.
Yeah, we had too many hundreds.
And the Thatch Cottage, I think we still have some. And the Victorian Cottage, I think is the other one that we still have some packs
That's right. And the Victorian Cottage would make a great Halloween cottage.
Absolutely.
Really, because it's Victorian and it's purple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, when we decided we would stop the business, the accessory packs part of things, we had just received in a bunch more ACK packs to kind of top up some of the ones that, and those were the very ones that are taking the longest to sell out, because we had just renewed our ACK pack storage.
Yes.
One more thing to show.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready.
What's it called?
It's the Gingerbread Haunted House.
Exactly. We made it gingerbread, but seriously, it should never have been part of the gingerbread village, really. So you can use what Donna did, which she used gray linen.
A really nice, like, light gray. Yeah.
It was stunning.
It was beautiful.
Really. If I had had my thoughts about me, I would have said, oh, okay, I think this doesn't belong in a Christmas village.
Yeah, and I think the roof was blue, wasn't it, Donna, if I remember correctly?
No, you do remember, I think. Yeah. Well, what I did with the roof of mine, the mansard kind of style roof, don't forget, this is not a connected roof. There's a little roof on this part, and this part is separate, and you attach it to the part behind. And the part behind is fairly simple. and generally has to be the same count as the linen for the bottom. So make sure that the count is almost exactly the same, okay? Because there will be a difference otherwise. In any case, what I did was I took some antique white, I think it was antique white 28 count linen for the top, for the roof. And I spent, I don't know, probably about 3 times I dyed this. The same linen over and over in kind of red and blue. RIT dyes. I put the RIT dyes in the pan on the stove, because I think they say hot water, so I heated it up really a lot and dipped it in. I thought, oh, that's enough. And I pulled it out, and then it turned out like, when I rinsed it, it was really pale. Yeah. So then I redyed it, and I redyed it. Anyway, I got it to the point where it looks like this. Although I think this has faded a little bit.
I think it has. I was just going to say that. I think it has faded since.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it still looks cool. And then, of course, there's all the buttons. And there have been a few people saying, do you have the packs with all the buttons? And don't forget, this is a while ago that we did this, and not all the buttons are still available.
Yeah.
Like, we were having trouble getting them. And if we couldn't get them, I don't know whether you could. But most of the buttons you will find either at Michael's or a craft store somewhere, or in a fabric store perhaps. And those buttons, you need to get them while it's still Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the stores will bring them in if they can just before the holiday. And they're not going to bring them in the spring. So get them while you can.
Yeah.
If you're doing this one, go and get some buttons that you think would look cool. Because that's all I did, was I find the buttons and I thought, oh, I like the idea of the skeleton. That looks good.
And the ghost and the bats and spiders.
Yeah, exactly. But if you find different kinds of buttons, don't worry about it. Use those instead. It's just a great way to decorate a little house for Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
And we also saw that somebody had done the quilt shop, so I brought it out briefly, just so that you can see what it looks like in the way that we did it. And I think that the colors are very similar to the stitcher who did their quilt shop. These are all 4 sides. And at the front, we put a sewing machine, and I noticed that she had put a half spool of thread which looked really cute sitting right here. So well done, good for you. Okay, that's all I wanted to show.
And Becky says, "What is the item that is behind you on the table?" This item here,
I think so,
is a chocolate box. Actually,
we did it for decoration.
Yes,
there's nothing in it that's stitchy.
No.
I mean, I would love to have that box. We don't know what's in it, though.
I think it's empty.
You think?
Yeah.
You hope. What if it's a stash of,
If it has chocolate, I'm eating it.
Here we go.
It's empty.
It was full. It's full of chocolates.
Yeah. But the little containers, if you flip them over, see, they would just be purple, and
they were different colors. It was such a nice box. I love the decoration, and it just fit with our outfits. Jennifer Gowan says she taught herself Hardanger from the VS patterns.
Oh, very nice.
And those instructions, which Lisa has done for years and years, are very thorough. Milady's ancestors also came from Goal, Norway. Oh, how neat, Milady. Yeah, I see that. And then Loretta says, I enjoyed the class. Thank you.
Yep.
Tammy Thompson says, I'm hoping to stitch Scary Stitches next year. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Well, your children are occupying a lot of your time. So
That's
it's
right.
okay. You're going to love it when you get to do it. Do you still have the pamphlet for finishing bell pulls?
Yes.
Yes. What's it called? It's the
Bell
original
pull
one.
finishing.
Yeah, I think that's all it's called, right?
That's all it's called, is bell pull finishing.
Yeah, yeah. And so look up the word bell pull if you don't get it, or finishing if still that doesn't come up, and let us know if you can't find it. What is the item that's behind you on the table? Got that? Yep. Yes, says Donna. I did. Light gray walls. I have to reschedule this. Okay. Light gray walls and blue gray for the roof. Good for you, Lisa. Tanya's here.
Hi, Tanya.
I'm sorry it's cool and damp. It's lovely and warm and sunny here. Well, not really sunny. It's dry here, which is almost like sunny.
It's dry today, but it hasn't been for most of the week.
Yeah, so we're actually thrilled. It feels like summer suddenly. Karen loves the gingerbread series, and Donna loves the cool box. Thank you, says Becky. And Gail Settlers, great. I need to finish a bell pull. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, those, I think there's even a video on a bell pull on our website. Finishing video.
There could be, yes.
At the very bottom, like if you're looking on a PC or on a computer, you know, a laptop or something, not on your phone, because I don't know how to get there from that. But when you look at our YouTube channel and you have clicked on Victoria Sampler, so you're right in the channel itself, you can look down below. There is a series of videos at the bottom that says finishing videos. Have a look through there. If you see that there's a bell pull there and the finishing videos are part of that, then you'll see only the finishing videos for the bell pull. And the bell pull could be, I don't think there's one where the linen is being finished, but I think you have it so that the quilting, like a wall hanging, is being finished.
True, and that type of bell pull finishing is not in the bell pull finishing leaflet.
No, so it's good to see that one as well. Good point. You will check it out. Excellent. Dorothy Wendell, will your patterns continue to be available? Yes, definitely. And that will be for the time being.
Yeah.
You know, we can't promise what will happen in even like tomorrow.
6 months.
I was going to say tomorrow, but
tomorrow, yes, that's true.
But our intention is, yes, to keep them available as long as possible. So that is our, not just our printed leaflets, but also our PDF downloadable leaflets for the time being. So as long as we can, we will keep those going. I think that's all. Well, I don't have a new stitch along for this week.
No, you've got a week off.
I did.
Yeah.
I did kind of start on one for November, and it will be available next week, next Friday. But I did mention last week that I was going to take this week off, so hopefully that'll give you guys time to finish your October.
Yes.
I'm so amazed at what's been stitched.
Oh, yeah. I love how the whole thing is working out month by month.
Every time I look at somebody else's rendition, I go, oh, that is such a great idea. Or how did they think of that? Really, your creativity is growing and growing and growing. I'm so proud of most of you who have done these, are putting your own stamp on things. Or if you're not, in other words, you don't put any new printing in, you're following my design. You're using your own colors, which makes every single design that I see on the stitch group and the stitch along unique.
Unique. Absolutely.
Personal.
Yeah.
You can be proud of what you're doing with regard to choosing your own colors. It's not easy.
No.
You know?
No, it's not. Yeah.
It really isn't. It's something that you have to kind of grow into.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember there were some people who were in stitch-alongs, let's say two years ago, who said, well, I don't know how to choose their own color. And yet they're doing it.
Yes.
And this is how it's developed. More and more people have been choosing their own colors.
Practice, practice, practice.
Yep. And you look to see what you've done. Then you start seeing what other people have done. Oh, that's how. Okay, I think I like that better. Or no, I like mine better. And you start comparing and contrasting, and then learning that way.
Getting different ideas for the next time you do something.
Exactly. And what I love about this is that most of the patterns are small and easily quickly finished, so that you're not investing all your time and then not liking the result, if that happens. But I don't know. I have a funny feeling you all kind of like the results that you're making. Don't you think?
I think so.
And how's your, that you have one coming along, I think it was stitching at home with a little blue house at the top?
Yes, it's still the same.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been trying to finish the pumpkin patch.
Oh, okay. I just wondered whether you'd done anything.
Nope, not done any more to it.
Okay. So Karen Lark wants to know if our clocks change next week. Very good question. Yes. I believe it was November 7th that they changed.
Yes,
is that correct?
It should be the first Sunday in November.
Yes, and it is the 7th. And so on the 5th, it still wouldn't have changed yet.
Yes.
Okay, so next week we will be here at daylight savings time like today.
Yeah.
But the following week we will be regular time.
Regular time.
Standard time.
Yeah,
I think
standard time.
BC changes on the 6th. Okay, Tricia. I thought it was the 7th, but I thought the 7th was the... that's the Sunday.
When you go to bed on the 6th, you should change your clocks by falling back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
An hour.
An hour.
And then the 7th is the first day of standard time. Okay, well, I had it partly right. Tricia got the other half. Thank you. Also, what else do we have? Any other news so far? No, right?
I don't think think so.
We've mentioned everything.
Yeah, I think we've got everything.
And the fact that we're going to have nothing but fun over the next week.
That's a good caption there, actually.
What's that?
Right there.
This one. Yes, it's actually really good. I agree with you. And anyway, we are both very excited that we're here, but we now have to go.
I have things I have to do.
Yes, I'm making her do them.
Yes. She's such a wicked boss, really.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Have a wonderful weekend. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.